In this video, I'm going to show you how it's possible to get a $100,000 funded stock trading account where you take none of the losses and don't have to risk any of your capital. Yes, this is actually a real thing called prop trading. So if you think you have what it takes to profit in the market, but either you don't have the money to trade or don't want to risk any of your money just yet, then this is the video for you. My name is Michael Patton, and I'm a professional prop trader. And today, I'm going to teach you how it is possible to get funded with some real money to trade. Let's dive in. Today, I'm going to teach you how to potentially get a $100,000 risk-free funded trading account where you don't have to take any of the losses. And this isn't going to be $100,000 for you to trade risky things like Forex or futures. You'll be able to trade pretty much the same stocks you already trade every week. Now, there are 3 steps to achieve this that we're going to walk through today. Step number 1 is prop trading 101 and understanding why someone would give you $100,000 to trade with. This is important because people will often see the get $100,000 headline and think, oh, that must be a scam. But no, there are real reasons firms would give you that money to trade with, as you'll see shortly. Now, step number 2 is how to avoid major mistakes with proprietary trading, prop trading. There are a lot of shady companies in the space, so it's very important for you to avoid making many common mistakes beginners might make when diving into the prop trading world. And I'm here to help you to avoid those mistakes. And step number 3, how to get funded by outsmarting prop trading challenges. As you'll see later on, prop trading firms will have you complete these challenges to see if you have what it takes to trade successfully. My favorite part of what I'm going to teach you today is how to outsmart and pass those challenges so you actually get funded with real money. Now, a quick disclaimer here before we dive in on the course. Let's move on to step number 1. Let's get started with a little prop trading 101. Why would someone give you $100,000 to trade with? So when it comes to prop trading, there are really 2 types of people that get funded. Number 1, people with small accounts that just need the funding to potentially start generating some big profits as a trader. And number 2, people who already have larger accounts that want to trade some big money but don't want to risk their own money just yet. If you're watching this, then you probably fall into one of these 2 buckets. So that's the big question you need to answer right now. Should you risk your own money when trading, or just use someone else's money for now? So here's the state of the market right now. The NASDAQ was down over 30% last year. Supposed blue chips like Meta were down 60% last year. Even multi-billion-dollar Amazon was down 40% in 2022. And everyone's favorite stock, Tesla, was down over 66% going into early 2023. Retirement accounts got really hurt last year, with the average down approximately 20%. That's just insane, and I'm sure you were in a similar situation recently for what you saw in your retirement account. And because of that and soaring inflation, 25% of Americans are having to delay retirement. How crazy is that? And now, to make things even worse, the NASDAQ has ripped up almost 15% this year. My point is, the markets are currently very, very volatile. I don't think anyone has a clue what's going to happen next. And I can't imagine a whole lot of you are comfortable betting this rally is going to last. Or if it's just that we're seeing a dead cat bounce here before the next crash. In a perfect world, you'd want to trade as big of an account as possible if you didn't have to take on the risk, if you didn't have to cover any of the losses. But we all know that this world's not perfect and trading is risky, especially in these volatile markets where we've been seeing. So let's say your goal is to make $50,000 in trading profits. Let's take a look at what percent gain your account would need to be at each month to hit that goal. So if you're starting with $2,000 in your trading account, you would need to return that into $52,000. You would have to earn 31% every month for 12 months straight to hit $52,000 by the end of the year. That's insanely hard to do. Well, now let's say you start with $10,000. You would need to earn 16% every month for 12 months straight to hit $52,000. That is still insanely hard to do. So if you're starting with a $2,000 account, you would need to turn that into $52,000 to hit your goal. And you would have to earn 31% every month for 12 months straight to hit $52,000 by the end of the year. Now that is insanely hard to do. So let's suppose you started off with $10,000. You would need to earn 16% every month for 12 months straight to hit $52,000. And again, that is still insanely hard to do. But now let's say that you're starting with $100,000. You would only need to earn 3.4% each month to turn that account into $150,000. Now, who thinks that's way easier than the other two options? Exactly. That's the power you can get with a larger trading account. So, what would it look like to get access to someone else's $100,000? So let's go through the first and most common option. If you want to get $100,000, you can try getting it from a bank or a personal loan company. Now, here are some of the current options I see just looking at Google right now. And you're looking at a 7% interest on the low end to a 36% interest rate on the high end. Look how insane those rates are now because of inflation. I mean, it's ridiculous. So here are the obvious problems with doing something like this. Number one, because of those insane interest rates, your annual fee would be anywhere from $7,000 to $36,000 on a $100,000 loan. That's not even one time too. You'd be paying that much each year in interest. Now, problem number two is not one of those options even offered $100,000. The max was $40,000. So problem number three, what if your credit isn't strong enough? If your credit isn't the best, you might not even qualify for a loan. And if you did, you'd probably be looking at a 30% plus annual interest rate. So last but not least, and probably the biggest factor, is problem number four. With someone else's money or a loan like this, you'd be taking all of the losses. So what's even the point? So let's move on to option two and what it would look like to get a $100,000 trading account from a prop trading firm. So here's how prop trading works. Prop trading firms look for people that have the potential to trade profitably. I know there are some of you watching this now who probably think you have what it takes as well. Then, if a trader can prove to the prop trading firm that they actually can trade profitably, the firm will give them real funds to trade. And why would they do that? Well, the prop trading firms make money from the trader's profits. Usually 70% of the profits go to the trader and 30% of the profits go to the prop trading firm. As you profit in the markets and continue to grow your account, the prop trading firm profits along with you. And the best part is, because you prove to the prop trading firm you can trade, they will take all the losses that you have. So all in all, prop trading is a win-win for both sides. As you profit as a trader, the prop firm profits alongside you. And if you continue to be successful, the firm will give you the chance to trade even more money. That $100,000 could turn into $250,000, $500,000, even $1 million potentially if you are really successful. So the big question you might have now is, okay, Mike, this sounds great, but how do you prove to the prop trading firm that you have what it takes to trade? So the big question you might have now is, okay, Mike, that sounds great, but what do you have to do to prove to the prop trading firm that you have what it takes to trade? That's where the prop trading challenge comes into play. It works like this. The prop trading firm will set you up with their trading platform and a simulated account to trade with. Now, usually a simulated $100,000 account. They give you about 30 days to generate a certain return without taking any major losses. They normally look for you to make about 5% to 10% within a 30-day time frame. Then, as long as you didn't take any major losses and put on enough trades during the time period, and at the end of the month, you'll get a fully funded account. It's as straightforward as that. As a recap, show a gain of about 5% to 10%, don't take any big losses, and put on enough trades so your profit isn't from one lucky trade. So now brings me to step number 2, how to avoid major mistakes with prop trading. Now that you understand how prop trading works, how you and the prop trading firm make money, and how the challenges work, we need to go into the major mistakes many people make when it comes to prop trading. There are mainly 2 types of prop trading firms. First off, we have super professional firms that will usually make you go into an office. They'll buy you a trading PC and give you all the tools and software you need to trade with. Then there are smaller firms that are mainly for the everyday trader and will fund smaller amounts of money. Now, here are the major problems with the professional trading firms. Some of them these days charge you up to $100,000 just to get started. And you have to buy into your seat, and obviously $100,000 isn't feasible for most people. It's pretty much a full-time job, and if you're a part-time trader, that clearly won't work for you. And the spots are very limited, as they only have the capacity to take on a certain amount of traders. So you might think, okay, well, clearly the smaller prop trading firms are better for me. Unfortunately, no, that's not usually the case. First off, most small prop firms are usually these foreign, sketchy platforms where there's literally no help at all. You couldn't get a real person on the phone if you tried. The next major issue is most of these smaller prop firms only let you trade Forex or futures, both of which are very risky for the average trader. And you wouldn't be able to trade things like Tesla, the QQQs, Amazon, etc. They purposely make it hard for you to get funded as well. Just like the professional prop firms, there is always a buy-in price you have to pay to get the opportunity to get funded. So with these firms, they purposely make it hard for you so that you keep paying them, and that's why they have no support or live training to help you. So at this point in the video, I'm sure some of you might be wondering, okay, so who are you? Well, again, my name is Michael Patton, and I'm the prop trading coach here over at Funder Trading. And I actually used to be a prop trader at Global Prime and at Great Point Capital. Between myself and my trading group right now, we trade well over $1 million because of how successful we've been. But my journey to becoming a funded trader wasn't the easiest in the world. I actually lost my job in 2008 when the market crashed. And that really sucked. It really, really did. And it had to be one of the lowest points in my life. Okay. But I took that time and used it to learn to become a better trader. And that's what led me to prop trading. But I ran into a lot of the same issues I just mentioned on the previous slide. When I got started in prop trading, I didn't have the support that I needed to succeed. It was a full-time job back then, and pretty much was impossible for someone that is a part-time trader to do. And because of that, I was losing a lot of money as a prop trader in the beginning. It wasn't until I found a mentor who really taught me what to do that I truly started to succeed and profit. And like I mentioned before, now because of that, I have my own prop trading group with some colleagues where we manage over $1 million of our capital to trade. I created my prop firm to fix these problems, Funder Trading. Now, I purposely made Funder Trading very different from most prop trading firms out there, with the main goal of helping as many traders as possible get funded. So number 1, we fund you with an actual stock trading account, not Forex or futures like most prop trading firms. That way you can trade big name stocks like Tesla, for example, that you're already used to. Number 2, we have a US-based help desk for all of our traders. So if you have a question, you can get on the phone with a real local person extremely quickly who can actually help you out. We aren't like other firms where it's impossible to actually talk with a real human. And number 3, we give you a dedicated risk manager to monitor your trades and ideally prevent you from making any major mistakes. Again, we want people to get funded, so this is just another huge benefit for those of you who might need help on the risk side. And my personal favorite, number 4, you get access to me every day in our live room to teach you and help you to get funded. So not only am I teaching you live what's going on in the market, and you're getting access to my daily list of names of stocks that you should look at to trade, and as well as that, some I will specifically call out when I see a unique price action. I wouldn't be where I am today without a good mentor. And my goal is to be that person for you as well. And again, the number one goal is to help you get funded and give you all the support you need to make that happen. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach you how to beat our challenge. Okay, so on to step number 3, how to get funded by outsmarting prop trading challenges. I've seen every challenge under the sun in the prop trading space, and I want to show you my 3-step process to beating those challenges, including the strategies you can use to even beat my own funder trading challenge. For those of you that want to skip the education part here and are more interested in learning more about how to get started with funder, you can skip ahead on this video to our bonus step 4, where we dive into that more. So here's my 3-step process to beating the challenge and getting funded. Step number 1 is how to scan for stocks primed to make large moves up. Step number 2 is how to know the exact time you should buy. And step number 3, the red flags to look for that will tell you when to sell. Okay, so first off, the real key is to learn how to properly scan for the stocks you should be trading. Ideally, we need stocks that are likely to make big moves up, but seem like they have very little downside. We need something that's moved more than 10% in the last 7 days. We need something that has a $300,000 minimum daily average traded volume over the last 10 days. We need a minimum share price of $1.50 per share. And this is to build the initial list to track during the week. That isn't going to fully scan for what I want, but I want to give you some absolute basic criteria to work with. In reality, I pay thousands of dollars every year for special software that can scan for what I want. So, how would you like to get access to my daily scanner list of the names to trade? I'm sure you think it would help you give you an edge, right? So, this is actually something we give to all of our funder members going through the challenge. So you'd be getting access to this as a bonus for free. I release a list of stocks I believe are about to make a big potential move and send them to all of my students. This is updated every week, and it's the first thing we're looking for in the morning when trying to figure out what to trade. So now on to step number 2, how to know the exact time you should buy. The key is to look for huge pre-market volume. The absolute minimum here would be 500,000 shares traded, but in reality, we want 1 million shares plus, or really 10 million shares plus if we can find it. So here's an example of the stock COSM. Now this one had a huge volume pre-market, so we decided to take a look. This is a 1-day, 5-minute chart you're looking at here. And once a stock triggers on our radar, we always pull up a chart, and the main indicator I look at is the VWAP, the volume weighted average price. Now, it's set up 1 standard deviation above and below, and we're looking for the stock price to swerve inside or outside of the VWAP channel, almost like a drunk driver. And it happens right here on the screen, as you can see right there, where this arrow is pointing. When we zoom in on this, what we can see is that the candles are stuck in the VWAP channel and then finally start to break out. That was our indicator that it was finally time to buy. There is a huge breakout of this stock. It literally went 5 times its starting price in the same day. Now here's another with ENVX. This time we're talking about the downside. you can see where the arrow is that the stock has swerved back into the channel. Okay, right there. And you can see here when we zoom in that it starts to break below the VWAP channel, which signals to us this thing is about to start crumbling down, which is sure enough what it did going forwards. So last but not least, step number 3, which is how to know the exact time you should get out. The same logic applies to trying to get out. You can see where the arrow is here that we decide to get in right there. And at the top, we exit it, but let me show you why. So the same logic, we start to lose the momentum and broke downward through the VWAP channel. That told us it was time to cut loose and get out of our position. Now I want to add a bonus step number 4, where I'll break down how to get a $100,000 funded trading account with Funder Trading. Now, for those of you who aren't interested in trading with us at Funder Trading, you can hop off this video right now if you're not interested. But for those of you that are genuinely interested in getting a $100,000 funded account with us at Funder Trading, stick around a bit longer. So here at Funder, we offer everything you need to potentially get access to some serious funding. From state-of-the-art trading software and platforms, full analytics and dashboard where you can see data on exactly how you're performing, personal risk management and platform to monitor your trading, a full library of educational videos from beginner videos to advanced strategies, and your VIP Chicago-based help desk where you'll get real-time support via phone or live chat, and a professional trading coach that you'll get access to every single trading day, which is me, of course. What separates our program from all the others out there is that I will coach you live every day during prime market hours. I'm also going to give you your pre-market analysis, your daily updated watch list of stocks, and discussing trade setups and risk management live as well. And you'll get full access to someone who's been actively trading professionally for well over a decade now. And again, this is exactly what I wished that I had when I first got started. So how does this work? Well, it's pretty simple. Prove that you can trade by completing the TrueEdge challenge and you'll get funded. You'll keep 100% of the profits until your startup fee is covered. Basically recouping your startup fee, and then we enter into an 80-20 split where you keep 80% of the profits you generate. So essentially at that point, your initial investment is risk-free. Now here are the basics of how the challenge works. Your goal is to make 5% within the challenge month. Every 22 trading days starts a new month to beat the challenge. And within those 22 trading days, your goal is to beat the challenge requirements. You'll only be trading stocks listed on the NASDAQ, and you can't take any major losses. Okay, so more specifically, here are the rules and what they look like. So number 1, you cannot lose more than $3,000 cumulatively altogether. If you lose more than $500 in a day, you're done for that trading day and you can pick up on the next day. You can't trade more than 1,000 shares at a time per security, per stock. And number 4, the biggest winner must be larger than the biggest loser. And number 5, all trades must be closed in the same market day to prevent any crazy overnight swings. So again, this isn't very complicated. Make 5% and don't take big losses. So long story short, I don't let just anyone join the Funder Trading Challenge, because not only are you getting state-of-the-art platforms, systems, and education every single day to help you out, but you are also literally getting access to me every single day in my live education room. We're also in a tight-knit group of traders who genuinely care about helping each other out. So at the end of the day, my team and I only accept certain people into the Funder Trading Challenge. And I think it's super important to make sure people are a good fit before they are accepted. So the reason I created this video is not only to show you the benefits of trading with our prop firm, but also to give you a chance to see if you qualify for the Funder Trading Challenge. So here's the deal. At the top right of your screen right now, or in the description of this video, you should see a link to access our brief quiz to see if you qualify for the Funder Trading Challenge. While spots are very limited, since this video hasn't been taken down yet, it means that the spots are still open. So after you click the button, you'll see a page that looks like this. All you have to do is click See If I Qualify, and you'll take the brief quiz to make sure that you're a good fit for us. So as you can see on the screen, type secure.fundertrading.com/quiz into your browser or click the button at the top right of the video to take the brief quiz right now and find out if you're qualified. If you procrastinate a little bit and you go to the application page after the time period is up, you'll lose out on potentially filling one of my few open spots this month. And since you're watching this video right now, it means there are still spots open. I want to keep our group tight so that I can make sure everyone is killing it in the market. And I want to make sure that you get taken care of. So make sure to take that application ASAP. So now you have three options. Option number one, you do nothing and continue to trade on your own without any additional funding. This can be super risky and you risk never getting to that next level of potential earnings. Option number two, you look for funding elsewhere to support your trading. This option can be very risky as well, and more importantly, very expensive. Then option number three, my personal favorite, sure I'm a little biased, trade with Funder Trading and potentially get a risk-free $100,000 trading account. So let's break these down. First, option number one, you continue to trade on your own. The red flag here is that it's not a great time to be risking your own money trading. I mean, if you haven't been living under a rock, you know that right now is a difficult time to be trading. And if you lost money trading on your own this year or even last year, who's to say that it's not going to go the same way again? And on top of that, you dramatically decrease your earning potential by not having extra capital to trade with. Next, option number two, you decide to get funding elsewhere. For starters, while there are a lot of great companies in our space, there aren't many reputable companies that allow stock trading. So you're out of your luck there. You can try and take a loan out to get funded for your trading, but we went over how expensive that can be earlier. Upwards of $7,000 to $36,000 in interest fees, and that's if you're even able to get access to that kind of capital, depending on your credit. And on top of all of that, you still have to cover all the losses on your own. Finally, option number three, you decide to move forward with Funder Trading, get access to cutting edge tools and software to conquer your challenge, and have a good shot of getting access to a risk-free $100,000 trading account with us. And here's the reality, folks. If you're concerned about whether or not you have what it takes to pass this challenge, just remember that I literally designed this challenge and I'm offering everything I can to help you to be successful. And I made this challenge and I want to show you how to beat it. When I got started with Great Point Capital, they only gave me $2,000 in buying power. But as I started to get better, my buying power went to $500,000, and I was averaging 3 to 7% a month in returns, and I was profiting $15,000 a month plus. That's the real power of trading a larger account when you don't have that money. So here with Funder Trading, we're offering the opportunity to get you full access to $100,000 of a funded trading account, and that can create some serious profit potential. Take a look at this chart here. This is assuming you have a $100,000 start. So if you can make just 5% a month, by the end of the year, your account would grow to around $180,000, and you'll be sitting on an $80,000 profit. And your profits can really start to add up really fast. Now let's look at this. If you repeat that same 5% monthly for 5 years, by the end of that year 5, your $100,000 trading account will have grown to $1.9 million. And that's the power of compounding returns, folks. So as you can see on the screen, type secure.fundertrading.com/quiz into your browser, or click the button at the top right of this video to take the brief quiz right now and find out if you're qualified. Thanks again for your time. And I really hope that we can get you on track towards potentially becoming a funded trader yourself. This stuff is really important for me, and I want to reach out to as many people as I possibly can. Prop trading has allowed me to achieve the life that I never dreamed of, and I wanted to potentially do the same for you. So if you're interested in getting funded, type in the link at the bottom of the screen or click the button at the top right. And if you have any questions at all, just pop them in the comments below and we'll get back to you ASAP. Thanks again and have a great rest of your day.